Hi, this is Eric Edelman with Century 21 Award Realty, and I am coming to you today with another one of my home improvement or fix-it videos, or whatever you want to call them. Today we're going to be installing one of these, which is an electrical outlet with two USB ports in it, which makes it easier theoretically to charge any device that charges through USB. So let's get started. So we're going to install this new outlet right here, and this is a convenient place in the room to have the charger, because there's a table right behind that will allow the phone to sit there while it charges. So the first thing we need to do is unplug anything from the outlet, and then we need to figure out which circuit breaker this is on out at the electrical panel, so that we don't electrocute ourselves while we're doing this. So what I have is a tool that plugs in to the outlet, and it starts beeping, and then we're going to take this piece out to the electrical panel to figure out which circuit breaker we need to turn off. So let's go on outside. Okay, so here we are at the home's electrical panel, and the sun is very bright. And as you can see, this panel is labeled, but it's not labeled very specifically. So we're going to use this to figure out exactly what outlet that other, and there it is right there. So I hold it over the breaker, and I learn that it's this one right here. So I turn that off, and when we go back inside, our outlet should be dead. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is no longer chirping, which means that there's no power to this outlet. So we were able to use these two pieces in combination to find that. This part, of course, sticks in the outlet and beeps, and then this part you take to the electrical panel. Very useful tool for finding out what circuit breaker controls what. And you can use that for a variety of applications. You could create an entire circuit map of your home using that. So very useful. So we're going to first take, of course, the outlet out of the wall, and I'm going to come back to you when that's done. So stand. Okay, so I've got this outlet out of the wall, and as you can see, you've got the black wire and the white wire going in the back there, and the ground wire here at the bottom. And this is off, so it should be perfectly safe to touch all these things and not get shocked. And we, of course, confirmed that with our circuit breaker tester. So now the thing to do is going to be to unhook this and hook up the new one. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the old outlet off. I'm going to cut this away, because that's the easiest way to get rid of this one, is just to cut these wires. Okay, so now I am going to strip the black wire. You need about a 1/2 inch exposed, and I'm going to strip the white wire again with about a 1/2 inch exposed. And then we're going to take our new outlet out of the box. I'm going to take our new outlet out of the box and hook it up. Okay, so as you can see, this new outlet is labeled on the back hot and neutral. So hot is the black wire, neutral is the white wire, and then the ground wire, the bare copper wire down there, is going to go right here. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the hot and the neutral. And we're going to then tighten these screws on the side. And then we tighten this one. Get it nice and snug in there. So now, of course, it's not very snug, so we'll give that another twist. Okay, so now this is hooked up. The hot wire, the neutral wire. The next thing to do is to connect the ground wire. I won't bore you with making you watch that, so we'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Okay, so this is now hooked up. The ground wire underneath here is hooked up to the green screw, which on all your household outlets, the bare copper ground wire always goes to the green screw, unless there's some other wiring configuration going on, which you won't be seeing in any of my videos because you'll need an electrician. And then you've got the hot wire going into the hot side, which again is always black, and then the neutral wire going in the neutral side, and that's always white. So this is hooked up. We just need to now push it back into the wall and tighten it in, and then turn everything back on. So I'm going to snug this up and turn it back on and show you. Okay, so I'm back at the circuit breaker panel, and what I'm going to do now is go ahead and turn this one back on. That's the one we had turned off. And you can see that that's just labeled, maybe you can, maybe you can't see. It's just labeled lights, which is very general. It's not very specific, but now that I know which outlets that switch controls, I'm going to do a better job of labeling this panel. This was like this when I got here, as they say. So anyway, let's go back inside and check on our outlet, make sure everything's working. Okay, so our power is turned back on. So now we have this nifty cover plate that came with this thing. And this is a neat new kind of cover plate that doesn't show any screws on the outside. So it's a nice clean look there in the wall, no screws on the outside. So theoretically now we should be able to plug in a USB cord to charge. Let's see if we can get this phone charging. Let's see what happens when we plug it in to charge the phone. Okay. Trying to do the camera one-handed now. Lost my assistant. So we plug it in, and yes, it's charging. So this is a great little do-it-yourself project that you can do for the holidays when you've got some time off of work. Upgrade some of the outlets around your house to be able to charge your phones without having to have any other charging device other than just the cord. These outlets are very good. They sense how much current your device needs, and they deliver it, so it will provide the most rapid possible charging. I hope this was informative, and I hope you have a happy holiday season. So this is Eric Edelman with Century 21 Award Realty signing off.